Make that big boss less special. It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level. Second level. Second level gaming. Second level.
Out of ammo is an interesting idea with a few flaws. I definitely liked the game, I just wish there was a couple things that Zen Studios could smooth out. The idea is that you get to control a small army against waves of enemies, but you get to control it from several angles. Initially, you start in an overview mode, where you must wait for a helicopter to drop off your supplies in the shape of different structures, and then you get to choose where and how you place them. Everything from sandbag fortifications, sniper towers and machine gun huts to engineer and medical tents can be placed in whichever direction you'd like and in pretty much any area. You then get to choose who occupies these structures. Fancy putting an RPG unit in the sniper tower? Feel free. Ultimately though, you probably want to match unit to structure as best as possible. Just as you're starting to get comfortable, small waves of enemy soldiers will start to show up and try to take out your FOB. So it's up to the little guys to take them out. Unless of course, you feel like getting a little possessive. At any point during the game, you can take control of one of your troops and it will switch to a first-person perspective where you can control that soldier, their weapons, and their surroundings. See a grenade in front of you? Feel free to sling it at the enemy troops ahead. Catch a sniper laser out in the distance? Feel free to use your own sniper to take him out before he does any serious damage. Controlling the guns feels a little stilted, but it's pretty easy once you get used to it. It took me forever to be able to rapid fire with a sniper rifle. You literally have to fire, pull back the bolt, reach into your waistband for a new bullet, place a new bullet in the chamber, push the bolt back in, and then you can take a second shot. No easy feat with 5 to 10 enemy troops raining hellfire on your tower. The FPS mode is entirely optional. However, if you wish to last long, it's pretty much a necessity. Your little AI soldiers can't compete with your own, even rudimentary shooting skills. You don't have to be in direct control of a soldier to do damage though. In your left hand, whilst in the overview mode, you carry a small device with a few bombastic options available. Serious mortar fire, helicopter runs, and even direct control of your snipers without actually possessing them. It's kind of your last stand device. Feeling a little overwhelmed? Call in a strike and show them who's boss. So far so great, right? Here's the rub. The control scheme is straight up horrible. To give you brief examples, left move triangle is to teleport. Left move X is a 90-degree turn left. Right move X is a 90-degree turn right. It feels awkward as all hell. Luckily you don't have to move that much, but man is it frustrating when you do. I still don't know how to drop a weapon once you pick it up. I think I pressed every button and I never figured it out. Sure, you get used to the movement, and luckily the guns and reloading motions feel pretty good. Although if you're fat like me, sometimes you'll be sucking in your gut so the controller registers you reaching for your waistline to grab your reload clip. In the overview mode, calibration is everything. If you are not perfectly calibrated, the game will quickly become unplayable. You cannot reach into a sofa to pick up a structure or a soldier. So you have to sit close to the edge. In some instances, I literally could not continue the game for lack of being able to grab something, regardless of angle. This is most noticeable in one of the game's solo missions. The game has 3 solo missions where you actually do something different to just survive as long as possible. Although all of them require you to survive, it's just that there's a time limit and a specific job now. The first is a sniper mission where you are in a clock tower trying to provide support to your buddies in a Black Hawk Down type scenario. This is decently fun and despite being a little difficult, feels good. The second is a spy mission where you are supposed to input a code to hack a gigantic USB drive. Inevitably, it all goes wrong and you have to survive against waves of enemy soldiers in a closed space with a 1 bullet per clip gun. The movement controls hamper this one a bit, and the consistent reloading after every shot gets a little obnoxious. The third and final is my favorite, and sadly, for me, broken. You survive a crash and are left to fend for yourself with enemy troops bearing down with nothing but a pistol. So you have to be careful with ammo and resources to survive long enough to rescue. Clips are plentiful. However, I could only pick maybe 2 of them up. The others are so low to the ground that no matter how hard I tried in my seated position, I could not reach down and pick up the other clips. So I would always run out of bullets too soon, despite my headshot finesse. Could I play it standing up and fare better? Maybe. But that's kind of not the point. If you make a wave-based shooter that requires lengthy gameplay sessions, it's unlikely the majority of your players are going to want to stand for the whole thing. Sitting needs to be an optional playstyle. In this game, you are simply held back massively for choosing comfort over functionality. Despite all of this, I still recommend Out of Ammo. I wish there were more solo missions, and that the wave-based gameplay had some kind of formal ending other than just survive as long as possible. I wish the movement controls were better, and I wish I could play comfortably sitting down. Despite all this, I still really like this game. The gunplay feels great. Using your brain power to place structures and give yourself the best chance is a thrill. Hitting that headshot from across the map with a sniper that you actually have to reload per bullet feels great. There's just a ton to love, and it's so charming at its core. This is a game you come back to, and I have numerous times. There's definitely an addiction to the gameplay loop, and you really want to beat your best scores. Luckily, there's also a lot of regular maps in the wave-based side of things, so there's plenty to keep you busy too. Each area has a unique challenge, like the seafront on the beach level, or even tanks in later levels. At its heart, Out of Ammo has a Napoleon complex. It's small in stature and price tag, but tries to be so much more. In some places it succeeds, in others it does not. However, I still think at very least it's worth trying for yourself. The good moments largely outweigh the bad, and overall, fun rules supreme. Thanks for watching.
No game, but they saying welcome to the second level.